the Go Against Podcast we haven't decided what we. I am Colby.
And I'm the OG from the Big T down in Tejas. Nothing rhymes with Tejas.
That's coming out your ass.
You can call me Fee.
Yeah, man.
I got the flow.
Yeah, something happened to you today, and you got the flow in you.
I do. I got it in me. I got it in me.
I
got that dog in me.
So I've always wondered. We had a local rapper in our school named Slow Mo, and I've always wondered A, if he's alive, B, what's he doing? Is he rapping? He's still rapping.
You know, we had two local rappers. There was Shlomo, and then there was Lil Deuce.
Oh, true. Yeah.
If you know, everyone's sleeping on Lil Deuce.
Everyone's sleeping. Everybody talking about Slow Mo, but
no one talking about Lil Deuce. He had that one song that got that cop almost fired.
That's true. That's right. We, I mean, as far as dramas go in a very small farming town, that was a big one. That was like, oh shit.
Well, there was that other drama with the cops where they fucking issued that guy like old Wild West style. Don't you come back to our town ever?
Oh yeah.
I'm out. Fucking God. It's crazy. The police in our town are a little wild.
I mean, yeah. Who's gonna tell them no?
Yeah, who's gonna stop them? It's a small town. So we're not here to talk about the po-po and our small town problems. We're here because the state of play dropped yesterday. That's a flow.
Yeah, you're all in there, Fee. I don't know what's happening to you today. You got possessed. I fully believe Slow-Mo's dead and he's inside you now.
As it should be. We're gonna talk about the state of play.
Yeah, I didn't even know that this was happening until somebody posted about it.
I posted to you about it.
I mean, it was
I told you. I was like, hey, state of play.
Like 30 minutes before. I was like, oh, there's a state of play? Cool, I guess. And I wasn't planning on tuning in, but then I was like, well, it coincides with like the time where I eat my lunch. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll go downstairs. I'll start making lunch and I'll watch it. And I'm really glad that I did, because this state of play was actually pretty good. Yeah,
it was. It dropped some good trailers. It dropped some good news. I mean, they started with stuff we know. Monster Hunter trailer was number 1.
Yep.
And they were like, oh, we're going to add a Chinese lunar dragon as free DLC. And I'm like, yeah, okay, what's up? That's what's up.
Cool.
Then you get more like Monster Hunter stuff. We all know Monster Hunter. They haven't really changed up the formula. It probably just feels better to play.
Yeah.
And all the new weapons they added are probably like, I don't know, cool.
Yeah. Well, then they got into a new Shinobi.
Shinobi. I've been hearing about this one for a while. So.
Shinobi Vengeance, which is number 1, a kick-ass name, but like the art style looks cool, and it's back to like it's a 2D, like, you know, old school Shinobi style game. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. So like it looks kind of like the old Sega ones, right? Like the classic Sega ones and the arcade ones, where it's side-scrolling 2D, but it's also like the art style's like way good. It's not like pixel. It's all like I don't know how you like, and not animated, but
illustrated.
Illustrated. That's the word.
Here, let's I'll just go ahead and pull this up because I can.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, there you go. There's a Shinobi right there.
Get our good friend the tablet up.
There it goes. Look at that trailer.
So yeah, dude. No, so it reminds me of that game. I don't know if you ever played it, the Messenger.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they went this way with Shinobi, because they were sleeping on that IP. You can just keep playing it. Because I want to look at it. Where for their old IPs, the best way to do it is just to go back to like its origins and just improve upon it, right?
Yeah.
It's almost Metroidvania. I don't know if you'll be like going back and forth through maps, but I do know it is linear, and it's like real action heavy, which is cool. Like you have all this stuff on the screen. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does look like one of those like level select, like, oh, you move to this place and now you play through this level kind of play things, which is not necessarily Metroidvania in that like there's not a big open area that you like, are in and have to explore and have to figure things out. But like the sort of like action and acquiring new items and shit like that. Yeah.
And this is really great because I wish more companies would do this. Put out more little games that are cost. I don't know how much this will cost. I'm expecting $20, right? Which is great. Keep people like entertained with all like your little IPs. Pick up and play just whenever. You don't have to get too engrossed in the story because I don't think like this is a really heavy story-based game.
Yeah.
Just pick up and play. Have a lot of fun. Just whenever you just have it in your downloaded. And I'm happy that they chose Shinobi because like it's really good. There's a lot of ninja games coming out.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Just something about like culturally, ninjas are cool again for just a little bit. I don't like not in a really big way, but yeah.
Ninjas have never been not cool. Name one time a ninja wasn't cool.
Whenever there was a big pirates versus ninjas thing on the internet, then ninjas were only half cool because the other half were pirates.
Oh, fuck pirates. Ninjas are way better.
Yeah, except that that's not true.
Except that it is true.
Yeah, I've never seen a ninja on a fucking boat. So
yes, I have.
Where? When? Did you? What was his name? Was his name Gregory or?
No, I guess Assassin's Creed Black Flag because you could arguably say that the assassins are like ninjas.
They're like ninjas. They're ninjas adjacent, yeah.
You could also point to any of the Dynasty Warriors or the Samurai Warriors games. You get to play a ninja, and one of the levels are like pirate themed. Pirate ship.
I'm just saying, like, we're not going to go back and have an argument from 2003. We're not. I refuse to.
I know you've always been a pirate guy, but like, man, ninjas are so much more robust.
Robust. Yeah, robust. they got a big flavor, a lot of notes in those ninjas.
Listen,
a bouquet.
Ninjas can just do better stuff than pirates. What are they? I got me gun.
Yeah, and they've got a gun, they've got a ship, they've got a cutlass.
Oh,
they've got a parrot. They've got curses. They've got sea witches and shit.
They don't got curses.
I don't know. They've have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean? They're cursed as shit.
No. They get cursed. They don't just carry around curses like in their fucking curse pouches. And they don't. And sea witches are pirate adjacent because they are not pirates.
That's true. True. Fair. Okay. Fair. I'll cut those two out. I'm just saying, boats, pretty fucking cool.
But like, being able to hide in the shadow and assassinate for political reasons, pretty cool.
Yeah, but then so is like shooting someone.
Yeah, but like,
shooting someone's cool. Great.
Boy, I love killing.
I like this. I think you're right that like this is a good direction for Shinobi to be taking, because like you can tell immediately that like this is not gonna be like a super duper heavy heavy game on like time, which is, I would argue, like good. That's like that. These are the kind of games that we've been wanting for a while, and like it sounds like people are like listening, which is good.
That more companies should do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should have like their 1 or 2 big AAAs they're working on in a year, and then just I think we've talked about this before, but put out like their lesser known IPs. Just have a small crew make like a pick up and play game just like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't like, companies don't all have to be working on big fucking AAA games.
Yeah, I agree. Like something small, like Zelda's been doing actually really good at this. Pokemon does it too much, but Zelda's been doing a pretty good job where they're like, yeah, we have a mainline game, and then we'll have like either an older remake or like a mobile type game or like something with a different like a smaller scope, and then we'll get back to your like really good shit. So yeah, I think they do a pretty good job.
Okay. So I think that brings us on to the next one. Was it Yakuza?
No. The next one I think is Borderlands.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's do this.
I don't think it was Borderlands.
I'm looking at the posts from a live stream, and this is the one that they said next. So that's what I'm basing this off of.
I would just go back to how I was posting in the Discord because yeah, no, you're right. It was Borderlands. It's Borderlands.
Yeah, look at this. There you go. Have a Borderlands. It's
Borderlands.
I will say, so I'm gonna pause I'm gonna wait just a little bit. Yeah, that's a good. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I thought this trailer was good. Like whenever they did the reveal trailer for Borderlands 4, I praised it a lot because it decided to not go too jokey. It was like pretty serious, pretty like, look at this fucking horrific monster, look at this like unknown guy. It gave you some like messages that were encoded that you could solve. I was like, yeah, this is kind of good. And then this is like a gameplay trailer. This is like, hey, this is how a couple of the characters work.
Well, they just look like, it just looks like Borderlands.
Yeah,
you get to see some like new gun stuff, like wasting an ammo clip and then throwing the gun and it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
You see in one of the scenes that one of the characters is swimming, so swimming's on there.
Yeah,
double jumping's a thing. Mantle's back.
Yeah. Double jumping and grappling. Grappling is a thing.
Grappling is so good. And we see this person with pull out two like guns and the punches, which seems pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was mad when I saw this trailer. Not because not because like the gameplay looks whack. It's because fucking show us the Vault Hunters. We all know what the gameplay is going to look like. Show us the Vault Hunters.
maybe that's what they're doing is they're going from outside in. They like gave you a trailer that's like, this is the sort of vibe. These are some of the characters. And then they zoomed in to be like, this is the gameplay of every hunter. All of the hunters are going to be able to like shoot a gun, throw an exploding clip. They're going to be able to double jump. They're going to be able to grapple.
And you see, they showed some of the Vault Hunters' abilities, like the people pulled like that big fucking machine out.
Yeah.
In one of the instances, you see the siren, like do the siren powers, but you don't know what it does. Like the person has like a rocket fist, or maybe that's just one of the things you get.
Yeah.
Or a grappling hook. We see like some of the new locations. Of course, you get psychos. Everything looks to be like moving less. Like not static, but like less stiff as they did last game. It looks to flow a little better.
Yeah. And it looked like the areas that they're showing off are pretty big too. Like this one in particular, I'm like, oh shit, how far does this area go? Like this like sort of cyberpunk looking city. I'm like, shit, how far can I get in there? Because this looks badass.
And what's cool about like what you said earlier, they're going a little bit less jokey. I'm really happy about that because like Borderlands 1 and 2 were jokey, but like not they weren't like all in on it. And Borderlands 3 just overloaded with you that. And nobody liked it, that you were just getting all these people saying outdated memes over the intercom, or there was things based on outdated memes, and they were just saying they were just obnoxious with it.
Yeah. What I think happened sort of is Borderlands 1 and 2 has like there's a bunch of jokes, there's a bunch of like it's a lighthearted but also kind of heartfelt place like thing. And most of the jokes are like crude kind of I'm 13 and this is funny humor. And as the people that work on Borderlands sort of like get older, they're like, well, these are the things that I find funny now. And Borderlands 3 was like a lot of like internet culture humor. But unfortunately, that's not as evergreen as fart jokes. So like you spend 5 or 6 years working on a game. 2 years in, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put fucking Doge in here. It's gonna be so funny. And then you release the game, and people are like, oh, is that dog meme from a while ago? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, man, Borderlands 3 had like some of the most obnoxious characters.
Yeah,
like the two main bad guys,
the streamers.
And sister, yeah, the streamers. Hated them, and that's because I've beaten the game like 10 times. I play it all the time. I just hate them.
Yeah,
I hate them. I hate that they spoilers, I guess, for Borderlands 3, like a fucking 10-year-old game. I don't know. It's like 8 years old. I don't know. They killed Maya, which I was very upset at, and they gave it to the girl from the monastery, which nobody liked. Nobody in the Borderlands community liked her. Like, they hated her. Fucking, what's her name? The Firehawk. She like not killed herself, but she what's it called? Sacrificed herself. We had that dude in the underwear. Hate him.
The dude in the underwear. Hell yeah.
All he talked about was his fucking underwear. And he was voiced by fucking, I forget the guy's name, but he was from G4.
Yeah, it was me.
It was you.
It was me. Everybody hated me. That's why I don't do VO work anymore. You
do kind of look like him. Like, he has a beard and hair, you know.
He's white.
You had the he was. You had the guy with the mustache. I think his name was Reese.
Yeah, Reese.
He was way different than Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
And nobody liked the way he was. God, it was just like they lost a lot of the charm, and they went all in on obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, the charm for Borderlands, like, I would argue that the charm for Borderlands 3 would have been there, and it would have been really memorable, and it would have hit really hard if it had released about 2 years prior, maybe 3 years, to when it was like those jokes were like the thing. But all like I said, you know, development cycles take a long time, and those jokes age, and so like it's kind of a moving target if you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of like a modern thing. And even then, it's like, if you go back and play, like, if you play Borderlands 2, there's a bunch of funny stuff in there that isn't dependent on like when you're playing it. The thing that they went all in on in the last one was like, oh yeah, we're going in on internet culture. Like, this is the thing we're going in on. And unfortunately, it evolves so fast that like it can just be old. I also felt like during the story, so like I'm one of the most ardent defenders of like artists being able to make choices that they want to make, and even if it doesn't make sense to me, as long as it makes sense to them, then fuck it, they should be able to do it and not be criticized for it. However, it did feel like a few of the deaths that were in Borderlands 3 were like, well, someone has to die, we have to have a sad moment. It's like, no, you don't, man. Like, this isn't earned enough.
Exactly. I that's why, like, it's torn. I play Borderlands 3 because the gameplay is fun, not because of the story or anything. That's how little I care about Borderlands 3. Like, Borderlands 2, I fucking ground that game into the ground because I love that game so much. Which is like telling, like, BL3 and 2 are games that I can go back to and just have fun no matter what. I can't say the same for like Tiny Tina's. Like, I played it once all the way through, and I'm like, I think I got everything out of it.
I think I got it.
I just didn't like the board game. Like, I know it's a board game, but I didn't like the board game aspect of it. I didn't like the battle arena aspect of it. I didn't like the pre-sequel that much, but I beat that game 3 times. It's just, man, if this game can get the story and have like comedy and the combat's there and like they redeem themselves, I'm all in it. I'm back in it, right? And it seems like that's what they're gonna do, because the trailer before this, you see like the big battle with like the aliens and they're like on a battlefield.
Yeah.
Everything looks like it's right. Just don't fuck it up, please.
Yeah, I like, and it's coming out this year. It's coming out September, end of September, which is like,
that's expect me to, because I stream outside of podcasting. Not you, Colby. You know.
Not anymore.
Not even. No, I'm forgetting. September, all the way to the end of the year, I'm gonna be playing Borderlands 4 unless something else fucking cool comes out. I'm gonna be a Borderlands.
Unless a Yakuza DLC comes out, then it's gonna be all that.
Yeah, I'll probably play the game at least, I don't know, 3 times before the year ends. Because that's another thing with Borderlands. They're really good and they have a lot of shit you can do in there, but like you could probably beat them in a week.
Yeah, you can. The replayability, there's a couple places where replayability comes in, because like obviously you can play it solo as all 4 of the characters, right? You could do a full campaign run of each of the 4 of them, which is like, you know, fun. Because you got to like do different. You have different tactics based off of like what, you know, abilities you have. But the real replayability comes in, like, I would play Borderlands over and over again if I just played with people. Like, if you were like, you want to just hop on Borderlands for a while and just fuck around and shoot stuff, like, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's where it's at. I think we'll really get a grasp on the game because they do this for every Borderlands, they'll release the intro video as a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how we'll know if the game is going to shine or not, because it kind of highlights each Vault Hunter in like a cinematic way.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a problem with Borderlands 3, because when it released, and I bought it like at release, it wasn't optimized. So like when I started up, the beginning trailer was like crashing a lot of people's hardware.
Yeah.
And it was like stuttering.
Mm-hmm.
So like I didn't even get to see, I had to look it up on YouTube to see it after I played my first session. And you just had to skip it. So that like really set the tone for what BL3 was going to be for me.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a bunch of issues right whenever it launched. I think like within a month they had them all ironed out, which is good. And it's hard to do a big release like that and to target the hardware, like, because you just don't know, like, oh, how old are the graphics cards that people are going to be playing on. Like, you can say like, oh yeah, if you've got whatever, like a graphics card that has 8 gigs of VRAM and whatever, then like you should be fine. But it's like, well, there's like really old graphics card that have that, and like they aren't updated in the same way, and you've got to like work around these technical limitations, and you have to like patch shit out for that. And so like it's hard to collect that data. So I'm like, I'm never super mad whenever like, you know, bugs like that happen, as long as there's just a few of them, you know, like if the whole game is like Cyberpunk, where it's like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know if you've ever done this, in Cyberpunk, you know, there's like a mountain of garbage that's just like outside of the city.
Yeah.
Never run on that, because like there's so many patches where you could just fall through and fall under the collision of it, and then you just get stuck. Like,
I think I was only there like once to do that Delamain quest.
Yeah.
I think there was one of the Delamains there, but I never had that issue. I had a bunch of other issues with that game, but that wasn't one of them.
Yeah, they still had buildings where it was like, yeah, you could walk through this door and then fall out of the fucking map, like, and you're like these issues where it's like, oh yeah, the game like stuttered and then crashed. You're like, yeah, that's not good. It's really annoying, but like, especially as a programmer, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Testing hard to do. I get it. Things like that where it's like, yeah, you know, we just forgot to put something inside of this house. It's like, yeah, this is just you didn't have enough time, and I hate those.
There was one quest that locked me out of 100%ing the game.
Yep.
And I'll never go back to playing it again. Not even Phantom Liberty. Phantom Liberty it looks great, but it's not going to bring me back to play Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this quest where you had to go into a club, you leave your weapons in a locker,
Yep.
and then you have to like sneak in. And I snuck in and I like did the stuff, and it just wouldn't finish. It locked me out of progression after I did it.
Yep.
And I was like, well, this.
Yeah.
And I had to finish the game because I was like, well, it's not gonna pop. I like reloaded. I what's it called? I reloaded. What's it called? Not I deleted it from my computer and reloaded it.
Yep.
And it still didn't work, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, same thing with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Had that quest that just like
too.
Yeah, I didn't. Whenever you told me, like, I got to the end of the game, and I was like, hey, I can either go beat the game or I can like go do some of these like Gilgamesh quests, and you were like, how many? Or I was like, yeah, I could go do these pirate quests as well. And you were like, well, how far are you into it? And I like told you, and you were like, yeah, okay. So you can do all that stuff if you want to. This is the stuff that you get. And also with this particular quest, it just won't ever end. You'll just be there forever. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah. And I knew, especially for the Gilgamesh quest, because I got all the things to go to Gilgamesh Island.
Yeah.
He is a post game boss. And I don't think you were gonna play the game long enough to build your team up to be stronger than that.
No. Which, to be fair, now that I've seen the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth speedrun, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, they had one of the incentives was like doing one of the final fights, which was like the boss rush of like every previous like summon that you had to fight. And it was it looked crazy to do it at the level that they're at. Like you have to be very precise. You're like min-maxing a lot of shit. It turns out that like Tifa in Final Fantasy in Remake was like the superstar. Like, oh yeah, let's like, you know, everybody's using her because she puts out so much damage, especially with Star Shower. And then they get to Rebirth, and the devs were like, yeah, we're gonna unbreak that. But while doing that, they made it to where if you go into like overdrive as Tifa and you just uppercut and then punch and then uppercut, that's like the most damage anyone on your team can do consistently, always. And so it's a fast thing. It loads really quickly. Like, so she's just like the person who you want to fight people up close. It's wild.
I always alternated. My team was always Barrett and Yuffie. Because Yuffie, to me, was broken because she had the ability where you throw your shuriken, and then you could just alternate between elements, and you could just constantly hit like the biggest triangle. You just pop, 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 just hitting, and then you it's building up your like limit gauge, and then you pop up what's it called, all the other abilities she have, and you're just spamming, running away and spamming it. Get close, do the clone, hit them real hard, and then build up your limit. Do her fucking hard, like heavy ass limit break. Do a team attack. Like that's who got me through the game. Fucking Yuffie. Once I got her.
It was me, Tifa, and Barrett at all times, unless I was forced to use someone else.
Barrett was my tank. I would have that ability where he would I would put all the defense on him, put like the defensive materia. He'd have an ability where he would get people to like attack him, and his HP and his defense were like strong. And then like Cloud and Yuffie would just wail on everyone while they're busy tanking, busy hitting the enemies, and Barrett was tanking. Yeah,
see, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that speed run. There's a bunch of cool shit in there where you'll be like, oh, I didn't know it worked like that. Oh, I had no idea that's how, like, they explained how Punisher form worked and like some of the stuff that it does, and I was like, I didn't know that, which is great.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good.
Games Done Quick, GDG.
Yeah, it was at AGDQ 2025, the one that just happened.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna play Remake again unless they put in a fucking what's it called?
Oh yeah, like an intergrade type thing.
Yeah, because like man, I love remake. It's a big game.
It is, yeah.
It's
I
a
don't.
big game.
I'm not gonna go back and play the whole thing for sure. I played Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. Like I played the Yuffie side story. I really liked it. I had a really good time. So I'm kind of hoping they do another one that's like that, but I'm wondering who they're gonna do it with. Like it would have to be like Sid or Vincent.
Yeah, I hope it would be Vincent. Like right after the end of remake happens, Vincent's like, I've got to go get my affairs in order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's Dracula.
I am Matt Mercer.
It's me, Matt Mercer. It's high noon somewhere.
Yeah, man. I don't know if like I don't know if they're gonna do it, but I hope that they do. Because I want to kind of get hyped for the next game, and I know the next game is not coming for like a few more years.
I would say a year or two.
The next game? No, the next game I think is 3 or 4 away for sure.
No. If the PS6 releases in a year or two, that game's gonna release with it.
Let's find out. So when did Rebirth come out? And then we'll see whenever the other one came out. Final Fantasy via remake. Okay, let's take a look.
Vienna sausage.
Okay, remake came out 2020. Rebirth came out 2024. So we're looking at 2028 before the next one comes out if we're on track.
2 years. Fucking mark my word.
All right.
Oh, speaking of years, I got a notification on YouTube earlier today that says today marks our 3rd year anniversary on YouTube.
Ooh, you hear that, everybody? There's 3 years of podcasts and shorts for you to go listen to. Not every podcast episode, because
the first 30.
The first 30 or so are on my hard drive somewhere, and I will not upload them.
You'll never see them.
Won't do it.
You'll have well, not like there's anything to see, but
yeah. True.
You'll never see them on YouTube. You'll be able to hear them on like Spotify, but you'll never hear them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Those are our lost episodes.
That's right, baby. Woo!
Hey, cut that out.
Yeah, beans.
We didn't have beans back then. You weren't even
true.
born.
There was no beans, there were no distractions.
There was no beans, there was no space Whataburger, there was no space tablet. We've come a long way.
There you go. We've got a next thing that got announced after Borderlands 4. Ichiban's Holiday. Got a DLC for Dave the Diver.
Yeah, baby. Oh, fuck. You don't know how excited I was for this.
Yeah, look at him. He looks great.
Because anything Yakuza, dude.
Yeah.
And Dave the Diver, if you have PlayStation Plus, Dave the Diver is free. So, I play Dave the Diver. And I'll play this because I gotta play with my boy Ichiban.
Yeah,
I gotta do it because I just recently beat the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Yep.
Almost 200 hours, but I did it. I'm not excited, like super excited for this, but I am excited if it's free. I think it's free.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it. I was never into Dave the Diver. Sorry, I'm looking down at my phone. I'm seeing if anyone's in my front yard.
Oh God! Someone's
yeah.
Someone's trying to break into Fee's house.
Nah, someone's delivering a package.
Like they do.
Yeah, like that.
And Beans is like, oh, other dogs are barking. I gotta do it too.
So I think they skipped it, but we had the hey, cut it out. Stop it.
Yeah.
We had the Like a Dragon pirate Yakuza in Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, not a trailer, but we had them be like, "Oh, we dropped the demo. You can download it now."
Yeah.
I couldn't download it last night, but I downloaded it just about 30 minutes before the podcast started. And so I'm probably going to play it tonight.
Nice.
Pretty excited. I'm really excited. That comes out in 2 weeks. I think the 21st, if not the 26th. I am fucking hyped.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and just fucking wax poetically about how much the Yakuza series has changed my life like this past year.
It's just Yakuza cured my illnesses.
It just made me see like, man, it's addicting. Like, man, I wish more games were like this, right?
Yeah.
I wish more games were like this. Like, it doesn't need to be so goddamn confusing.
Yeah.
Just be fucking John Yakuza, go beat some street thugs up and solve a mystery.
Yeah, come on.
And the same map usually. Fucking, you don't know how many games take place in Kamurocho, and fucking the layout is the exact same. And in between each games, you can see like what happens when a past game. Shops close. Sometimes shops are different. The games are different. The year is different. And then sometimes you'll go to like they'll have like different areas where you can visit. You can go to the docks. You can go to Osaka. Or you can different places.
Is that what they call? Is that what every character calls it? Osaka.
Osaka. Like, yeah, they're like, hey, Manji, want to go to Osaka? just like that. But yeah, just what, like, make a fun game. The map, as long as you make fun, they call them sub stories, which are just like submissions, like fucking have fun things happen and have a fun gameplay style. And I'll be happy. And like I said, I'm talking too much about it. Go on.
go on without me.
No, because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna talk about it, and no one wants to hear about it anymore. About my love for fucking Yakuza.
True. True.
Fuck you.
We do have actually. Let me just pull up the state of play video, because there is the place where I'm pulling this from missed some stuff.
Yeah. Don't pull up the state of play with what's his name? The actor. Fucking Russell Crowe.
Oh my god.
I Googled or I YouTube searched state of play, and that was the first fucking
really first... they were like, this, we know what you want, and it's Russell Crowe.
It's Russell Crowe. Will he fight some people? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, def.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Shinobi.
That's what he does.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, here we go. Let's do state of play. There we go. Yeah, so
oh my god.
What?
One of my supervisors at work, God, I don't want to talk bad about him. What if he's listening? Pause this.
Okay.
He's switching team members with us. I'll tell you about it after the podcast.
Okay.
But, what's next? What's next?
We've got Sonic Racing, baby.
I'm hyped for this. I love Sonic racing games.
Yeah.
I do. They're really good. Like, and look at this. To me, they're better than Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And you're probably thinking, oh, fuck you, no, it's better than Mario Kart. But they are. Like, genuinely speaking, the tracks are all more fun. If you get the Sonic characters, if they add Sega characters like last time, it'll be great. But like this one especially, like in the Sonic games, like you're not just driving, you'll go to different segments where like it'll throw you off a cliff, and then like you'll start flying. Or if you go into the water, like you'll start like speedboating, like this level. Like this is no level from the Sonic Sega All-Stars, where you're just racing on a battleship.
Yeah, the fact that they that they've got the thing where it's like you start off on one track and then in the middle you can split to go to one or to go to another, kind of fucking sick.
It's really cool. It's not like I'm not saying Mario Kart is bad, but it's not like Mario Kart where like you're racing and then maybe you'll like it's like, oh wow, you're fucking going upside down or whatever. You're just racing. Like, it doesn't do anything to the gameplay.
Yeah.
It doesn't add anything. It's just, oh wow, I'm going upside down. I can't really tell, but I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, the piece of news that I heard today, which like really hooked me, was that the Initial D arcade game devs are working on this, which made me be like, damn, I love Initial D.
You're gonna get a lot of drifting.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. They didn't show a lot, but I will probably almost 100% buy that game when it comes out. That's like a buy for me. That's the fucking part. Put it on the board. Buy for fee.
Buy. Put it a buy.
Put it a buy. Fees buy.
Fees buy. He is. Here, let's go. I'm trying to do. There we go. That. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. That's what it's called.
That's sick.
Which is
look at Knuckles with that big shuriken.
Hell yeah. He's back there. He's like, what's
He's
this?
back there. Oh, I'm throwing it. And here's what I hope. I hope that it's not just Sonic characters. I know it's Sonic Racing. I want like Sega characters. I want to see John Yakuza there. I want to see Majima. It would especially make more sense with Majima, with his game coming out in like a pirate themed car.
Yeah, fuck it.
I want to see Ryu from Shenmue. I want to see Golden Axe. I want to see House of the Dead. I want to see G driving. I want to see some virtual fighters.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'd love that.
Knight's got to be in there somewhere.
No, Knight's got to be in there. Knight's in the dreams.
Knight's is behind Sonic. You can't see her, but she's back there.
You gotta. No, Knight's a dude.
He's in there. He's back there.
You got Shinobi's in there.
Yeah.
He's driving a shuriken.
he's very small and Knuckles is holding his car.
Oh, I was about to say that. Oh, they're not telling you, but he's in there. That's why Knuckles is holding a shuriken.
That's right.
Because it couldn't be because not Espio, the chameleon, is the character. Espio's a ninja.
He is.
Espio's a ninja. Yeah. All right. Next game.
This next one, me and my wife were like, I was watching this, right? This is like, okay, big, colorful explosion, seems fine. Okay, Bandai Namco, who could that be? Wow, this is like, there's a big train that goes to a place. Okay, some like techno shit that's happening. I couldn't guess what this was until this part came up, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is like kind of like a Japanese thing. There's characters. What do they look like? What are they? And then we get closer to like the people, and I was like, this looks like Persona. What fucking Persona garbage is this? Because like it's not made by Atlas, but it just looks like somebody is just trying to copy the way that Atlas does their shit. And I was like, well, this is okay. What Persona slop is this?
When I saw those hands, I was like, is that fucking Cell from DBZ? When I saw the people, it kind of looked like Dot Hack.
Yeah. And then
they had a gun. And then Digimon.
Yeah, and then they're called Digimon. And I went, what?
I was like, what is this game?
Sorry, you're gonna fucking hit me with one of these with Digimon?
Yeah, this game really had me thinking until the reveal, which I'm sure they all fucking banked on. Mm-hmm. But like, man, it got me. And now I'm interested in playing it. Like, I played the last one, like Cyber Sleuth, and I wasn't too intrigued on that. Like, but there's definitely a niche and like a cult following for the Digimon games. Mm-hmm. But this one kind of looks, I don't know. They didn't really show gameplay. I'm like, is it an action RPG? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What I know about this Digimon game, 1, it looks like it's targeted at like teenagers to young adults. 2, Agumon is in it. That's what I got.
Agumon, Garurumon, War Greymon, who's on the screen right now. Mm-hmm. I think that one's Nightmon. I don't remember.
Digimon Story Time Stranger, which is like, maybe it's a double entendre, like strange times, but also a stranger in time. He went back. Who knows?
Maybe they're gonna go through like the different Digimon shows, like in time wise.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. I'm excited. If it's cheap enough, I'll play it. Why not?
There's no way this is cheaper than a AAA game. It's just gonna be that.
Here, look.
What you mean is when it goes on sale.
Yeah, when it goes on sale. Also, I gotta see gameplay because I didn't see any gameplay, so I'm not hooked. I'm intrigued. Mm-hmm. I'm not hooked.
What if it's just Pokemon Legends Arceus again?
No, fucking Digimon has like veered off into their own like weird art, like turn-based RPG style.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes turn-based, sometimes it's grid-based RPG. Like they do their own thing. They're like not even near what Pokemon's doing right now, and Pokemon's hasn't fucking built upon their system that they've made like in years.
They add some stuff. They're like, you do 2 of them. And then like in Legends Arceus, they're like, yeah. You can just walk into a fight and then like walk out of it. You could also catch Pokemon just by like throwing balls at them while you run by. It doesn't have to be a fight.
You could have a fucking 2-on-2 Pokemon battle since like Gold.
Yeah. They're innovating.
They innovated once.
Yeah, they innovated one time. And then they got Mega Evolutions, and then they got the one where they turn into rocks. So like, that's cool.
No one liked the fucking Terran system where they get the stupid rocks on their head. And Mega Evolutions like fucking broke the meta for fucking Pokemon.
Hell yeah, good.
It's so stupid. I'm not like some kind of fucking Pokemon fucking battler. You broke the meta.
You broke it.
It's just stupid because then you rely on the Pokemon with the fucking the Mega Evolutions, and then they're like fucking Z attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what's the point? Like, you can't just have the team that you want. You can't just have a team of fun things. You gotta have like the perfect team to counter like to just fucking wail on everyone in one shot.
Yeah.
It sucks.
That's how you win. You can't have a team of 5 Dragonites and 1 Charizard and be like, which one's odd man out? They're all like orange dragons. Which one's different?
I want a team of like, what's it called? Characters I think look fun
Togepi.
and interesting.
Just Togepi.
Just Togepi. I want just a team of Caterpies that's all level 99.
Come on.
All they know is tackle.
But it's like they're real good at tackling though.
Oh, they fucking tackle with the best of them.
Yeah, I like this actually looks like a game. I won't play it. I know I won't. But like this looks like a game that I like. If somebody was playing it, like if a streamer that I like was playing it, I would watch.
Do you like me?
Yeah, sure.
You man.
Yeah. Then we had China Hero Project, which like
it's really funny that they put China Hero Project, but then they say the name of the game anyway.
Yeah, which I thought was very weird. Like gameplay in it looks like kind of an action, kind of like a Bayonetta of DLC, but also a Souls type game.
It looks like Bayonetta, but also mixed with Stellar Blade, but instead of like a hot chick, it's a hot dude.
He is hot.
He is hot.
They said, you know what? We're making a game about a hero from China. China Hero Project.
China Hero Project is gonna be DMC and Stellar Blade, and I mean, honestly, it just looks fun.
Yeah, I was like, this looks kind of fun. This looks like the equivalent of like a Hollywood popcorn movie, like a Marvel movie.
It's a popcorn flick game. It's just one that you just put on and turn your fucking brain off. So China Hero game is Lost Soul Aside.
Lost Soul Aside. And I gotta say, this is the thing that like this end splash screen. For audio listeners, it basically just says Lost Soul Aside, and it's got our main hero in his fucking like black shirt with his black coat and his black leather pants. And he's like looking at the screen all broody. And this looks like the most generic, like I asked ChatGPT to come up with an edgelord thing, and this is what it came out with kind of shit. Like the trailer, I was like, this looks okay. And then this promo material, I was like, oh, if that's the vibe you want, I don't wanna. This is like Final Fantasy, like the Strangers in Paradise, but without the corniness, and that was what made it fun.
He's Dante, but instead of red with white hair, he's just black with black hair.
That's right.
His shirt looks like a tap out shirt from like the early 2000s.
Yeah, it does. He's got an Ed Hardy.
I don't know. It looks fun. Like I said, it's just a popcorn flick game. It comes out next month. I mean, what's not to like? It's corny. It's cheesy. Turn your brain off. Kill some demons. Why not?
Whatever. Sure. If you want Bayonetta, they're not giving it to you. So like, this is as good as it's gonna get.
Let's see. It's Gaia-netta. Oh fuck yeah! We got Yakuza. We got Majima.
Yeah.
But we already talked about this, so skip it.
Yeah. There's Dave. Splitgate 2. Fun fact: I played Splitgate before it came out. And it was really fun. But then I realized, oh, this is like actually kind of bland, and I don't care.
Pause it on this wrestling, because this wrestling trailer looked fucking wild.
The WWE, 2K25. By the way, whenever my man goes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, I was like, they're actually putting some effort into this trailer. Damn, that's fucking. They got Paul Heyman to say the thing. He said the thing he says.
I'm just because this game looks fucking great. Like the story looks great. Like I don't think the last one was like this. But like the character creator looks super great. The combat looks pretty cool. Like you're on this fucking wrestle island and you're fighting like a gauntlet and shit. Like this looks wild. Build your own character and make them look like a fucking henshin character.
Yeah, like it looks like Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah, and I'm really hyped for this game, but I'm also really like not, because this is gonna come out this year. I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I for sure play this. I'm gonna have a good time, but then next year it's just gonna be like fucking whack again. Like, what do they do after like introducing this badass setup for this game? Like, you can't just go back to just regular wrestling. You gotta have the big fucking fight island.
They're gonna be like, we're gonna focus on our core competencies, which is wrestling. It's matches.
And this is what I thought. I've been thinking, and I know a lot of people have been thinking this, but like, why don't they just put out and put it out for like, give the franchise room to breathe for like 2 years. Put out one game that you just play for like 2 or so years, and then while they're working on like the next one in the background slowly, but that they just build on. Give you a reason to buy the DLCs, because like, you have this for a year, and then the next one comes out next year, and then all the money you spent on the one previous just goes away, and you got to do it again. Like, they really hook you. Why not have a game where you play for like 2 years, you know, building it up with DLC and stuff, and then putting like new characters in there, roster changes, and doing like balance work on it, and then like in 2 or so years you put out the next one, but you don't call it like the year, you just call it like fucking WWE fucking All-Star Wrestling
Ultimate
fucking, WWE
Brawl Melee
Ultimate, Alpha fucking just all this stuff,
Laser, like,
because again, like, I saw this trailer, and I haven't played a wrestling game since like fucking the PS2 days, like a real wrestling game. But like, if they're not going to do something like this next year, like, I guess I'll just skip it until they do something like this again.
Yeah, like, I mean, the idea, like, they had this as a thing in the last game. I know that they did, but but it was like kind of off to the side and kind of like not the main show. And I guess people liked it enough that they're like, we need to make that the whole thing, actually. And so now it's all Wrestle Island, baby.
That's pretty cool to me, honestly.
I wonder when they're gonna come out with like a wrestling manager game where it's like you get to play as fucking Triple H's right-hand man, and you're like, I'm gonna put the matches together. It's gonna be John Cena versus Iron Sheik.
You get to be Paul Bearer. It's me, my boy, the Undertaker. He's gonna come out and he's gonna fight Kane. and Jerry the King Lawler and fucking what's his name are gonna be like, you son of a bitch! They can't have that fight. Undertaker fucking came out of the grave and ripped Triple H's soul out. He had to give it back.
That's illegal.
That's illegal. You can't do that. Oh my God, Vince McMahon's letting them fight. Oh, the audacity. You gotta have fucking...
By God, Vince McMahon just got out of his lawsuits.
Like, God, a fucking wrestling management sim sounds like it would be fun, but like you don't get to fight. You just manage fucking brackets. I don't know. That doesn't sound too fun.
Yeah, you gotta put together the Raw. You gotta like work your way up from like, you get to put together one match on, I don't know, NXT. And then it's like, now you manage NXT, and now you're up to Raw, and now you're doing Raw and SmackDown. And then the final thing is like WrestleMania.
Now you're doing Raw on Netflix because that's where they show it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I much prefer just wrestling. I don't need a management sim. But like, I think if they're gonna do wrestling games, just fucking be wild with it like this one, right? Just bring back, like, look at how cool that those costumes are. Look. They have a golden Rey Mysterio fucking island statue.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just fighting like wild characters and have the actual like 2K wrestlers be like the fucking boss fights. Like, man, God, I don't know. I fuck with it.
By the way, okay, so we're gonna zoom past the Borderlands trailer real quick. I do just have to say, the two Randys that showed this game off, Pitchford and Varnell, I would love if I never saw Randy Pitchford again. But
because
I don't know.
He's cringe.
Yeah, yeah, because he's cringe.
Because that whole Randy, what do you want to do? You want to show off the new gameplay? I don't know, Randy. Do you, Randy? What do you say about Borderlands 4?
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy. What's the date gonna be? Well, Randy, if you just wait 1 second,
I'll feed you, little baby bird. I was like, God, fucking shut up! Go home! Where's Reggie? Reggie would never stand for this shit.
Yeah, Reggie would never. Reggie is dignified and a gentleman, and he knows how to be funny and know when to shut up.
That's right. Idiots.
I love Reggie.
There's this game that came out from the studio that did It Takes Two, and it looks like sci-fi, kind of like it's two writers that look like they're going through stories that they've written, and the idea sounds fucking cool.
So what happened, because I saw the trailer for this a while back, is they're like in some kind of like VR that lets them live the story they wrote. But the white girl, something goes wrong with hers. So she jumps to the other girl's like VR and she's like, something's going on. And she gets pulled into her story. Then their stories start like mixing together. And then they have to get out because now they're stuck.
Man.
This looks like a fun game.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd play this. I would play this with you. And I would record it so we could put it on our channel. But
yeah,
I feel like this would just be I've been saying that with like this and It Takes Two and A Way Out. Those would be fun games to like play.
Yeah, definitely.
And put on the channel.
This looks I would do this one over It Takes Two, because It Takes Two seems like I should play it with my wife. Because it's a story about a husband and a wife. Feels like I should be doing that.
I could be your wife.
We're moving on.
I could be your husband.
Uh, so yeah, this looked good.
Yeah, this looks real fun. Just
What was
a
this
short,
one?
short gameplay, just in it. Oh fuck this game! This game had hooked me, and I was like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? And it's a fucking Dark Moons production game. It's just a thing. It's just a thing from another planet,
Yeah.
but on a spaceship, and it looks really good, but it's just a walking simulator, and I hate that.
We don't know that because we don't really know what the gameplay looks like. This like could be something that's kind of like Alan Wake, could be something that's kind of like Days Gone By, something like that.
It's not, because the company that make it, the Dark Moon Studios, they make all those like super cinematic games that are just like walking and making choices. Dark Pictures. Yeah. They made the one about those people that were turning into like Wendigos or whatever it was called.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw Connor and Mouse play it. A couple of them, yeah.
So they make all those games, and they're like not action. They just fucking walk or run away from shit or solve a puzzle, and that's all. If I wanted to watch it, just make that a movie. I'd watch it.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why
I'd watch it with an asterisk. I'd watch it for like $3.
I'd watch it, not play it.
Yeah, I would watch it if it was free on Netflix.
I don't know. Well, the one they showed actually seems pretty cool. I mean, I'd still watch it on Netflix, but
yeah.
I mean...
but give it a little credit.
Give it a little credit. Come on, give it a little credit.
The next thing that came up, I thought this was the best Five Nights at Freddy's game that's come out since it started. Because... like when it first came out, I was like, oh, the concept of like you're in a room and you're like managing, I have to close the door, I have to check the cameras, I've got to like, and there's like secrets to solve, like that's cool. And then it kind of got played out to death. And this one seems like it's kind of like Portal, but you're like looking for animatronics that are trying to kill you.
It kind of reminds me, do you remember the one they put out recently where you have to be with like Glamrock Freddy and them?
Yeah.
Like you're piloting the robot, but this one looks a lot more polished, right?
Yeah.
And a lot more creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
And the fun thing about this is, in the Discord, I was talking to Colby and I was like, oh, Matt Pat would love this. And you're like, God, you make it seem like he's dead. I'm like, he is.
He basically is. He's not on YouTube anymore. He's basically dead.
He's dead. But this game looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would play it at release. It'd have to be cheap.
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic, it's called.
And it's fun. Like I said, I won't play it at release. I used to like be into Five Nights at Freddy's a lot, but then it got really stupid and convoluted.
Yeah.
So I stopped caring.
Yeah. Honestly, that's fair. Because, like, I liked Five Nights at Freddy's lore. I did not really like the games. And this is the first one where I'm like, if somebody gave it to me for free and said, I'd like to watch you play this, I would maybe play it.
You hear that, companies? If you just gave us your product for free, we'd play it.
And that's free advertising for you.
Free advertising. We'd play it, and we'd do it all on stream, baby.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't want to commit to nothing, but...
I'd play it, though.
And that comes out in June, which is good.
Oh, fuck yeah, June the Boon. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Then we got to the...
Oh, my God.
This game...
Got into a bunch of lame-ass games.
Okay, I could not disagree with you more. I think this game looks fucking sick. I forgot what the title of it is.
I'm not like dogging on that. It looks sick. They made it out of claymation. Mm-hmm. Like all the visuals look great, but it's a walking simulator.
Yeah, the Midnight Walk. It's an FPS game. You have a gun, like you're shooting shit.
But you're not like shooting things away. That's not like a gun traditionally. It's a gun to like solve puzzles and to push things away. Like, cause it doesn't like kill enemies. You're just keeping that thing at bay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably used to solve puzzles. It's not action heavy. It's just puzzle heavy, and fuck if a puzzle walking games don't turn me off. Like they look cool. Like this game looks fucking cool and sick.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're just like, oh, but you're just walking around and solving puzzles. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how people can just sit there and not like do anything. Like the Stanley Parable.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that game. You just man, fuck that game.
Man, yeah, you and I are definitely different in that regard. Like, I will definitely play a game that's just walking around and like solving puzzles and choosing dialogue and fucking fetching shit. Like, yeah, I'll do that all day.
Dude, give me something to do. Like, I get to fucking. Where's the point in get to it? Because like, it just puts me to sleep. Like, I'll be like, oh fuck, everything looks fucking in this game. Everything looks fucking crazy. There's a monster chasing us. Oh, I gotta solve the puzzle. That's it.
Yeah, well, it's because the act of solving a puzzle is not enjoyable to you, and the act of solving a puzzle is deeply enjoyable to me. So
no, I mean that's fair. Like I said, people are gonna disagree with me, and that's fine.
That's fine. They're shitty. So
they're shit ass people, and I don't care about their opinions. No, I like. It's just I'm such like a. It's weird because like I love RPGs and like dialogue heavy RPGs, especially like Dragon Quest and fucking old school RPGs. Except like you get to fight in those games, you get to like build your fucking characters. It's not just dialogue and puzzles.
Yeah. If you don't give me anything else to do, the story and like the acting and like the writing has to be good enough that I'm hooked on it. Like I think my most famous game that I really hated was Dear Esther. Dear Esther came out a long time ago, 2012 or so. 2011.
Wasn't it like an RPG Maker game?
I don't remember. But you walked around a lot.
Is it the one where they go to the moon, or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're thinking of a different one. I think you may be thinking of To the Moon.
To the Moon, yeah, that one.
The one where you go to the moon. Dear Esther is like it is a walking simulator, 3D first person type thing where you're like walking on a beach and then up into a forest and down into a cave, and it's like talking about like life and death and philosophy and shit, and it's just so fucking boring that I wanted to die. And like I hate that. Not a fan of that. Portal, love Portal. Portal was great. Portal's one of my favorite games. And Zelda holds my attention in a super good way for most of it. Like there's a streamer that I like who's like, yeah, I don't like most of the Zelda games because I think that the combat in them is kind of trash. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. And like the most recent iteration is like the most, Dark Souls on baby mode type thing where it's like, oh yeah, you could like fight him in a bunch of different ways. You could like dodge the enemy and you could do a bunch of different weapon combos. But really what it could boil down to is you dodge at the right moment, you get a flurry rush, and then you kill him.
No, I've never been a fan of the like Zelda gameplay, but back to this game, I think it probably would have caught me more if at the least it would have been a platformer.
Yeah. And to be fair, like this game is like dark, sort of Tim Burton aesthetic with claymation. So it looks like Nightmare Before Christmas if it was like a game. Yeah. And it looks great. I will not be playing it because my wife was like, that's too scary.
Too scary.
And I said,
yeah, no, I won't be playing it either because it's too boring.
That's fair. Yeah, there's this game about an octopus.
It didn't really catch my interest, really.
Yeah, same.
It kind of looks like what's that game with the boy where you're like walking?
The boy where you're walking? Limbo, is it?
No, well, the people who made Limbo looks like they made this. The one where it's like Limbo, but the other one. where by the end you're like this big fleshy amalgamation.
Yeah. Ah, there we go. This is the one that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Warriors Abyss.
Fuck yeah.
They literally started off the trailer by being like Warriors X roguelite, and I was like, well, that's it. That's all you had to say. Is fucking yeah, this is a roguelike game, but in Dynasty Warriors. Like, oh, okay, cool. I'm done. I'll play it.
If anybody knows Dynasty Warriors, it's such a fun game to play. Just mowing down thousands of enemies. And now it's a roguelike? Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
You got me.
Oh.
You got me.
Oh. I saw like some of the people, some of the characters that you could pick. There he is. Hold on. We got Nobunaga. Nobunaga's in here. Look at this. Nobunaga Oda right there.
Nobunaga Oda. Fucking
fucking God, author of One Piece.
He's still alive. You didn't know that.
He's Zhao Yun. Yeah, hell yeah.
Zhao Yun. I think you could probably be like a fucking plethora of the Dynasty Warriors character.
Hell yeah.
So you'll be these three. You'll probably be like Masahiro Musashi. You'll be like all these characters because like if you go to like when they're fighting, you see them at the bottom. So I'm pretty sure you could pick a whole bunch. You'll have like skills that you can pull from different people, like different weapons. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, and then different like it looks like you can swap like mid fight, like you swap between them and they have cooldowns.
Well, no, you say they have cooldowns. I don't think you can swap. Maybe they come out and do an attack.
Maybe, could be.
That seems like what it does. Like Warriors Abyss, like they come out, they do a big attack, and then like they're on cooldown.
We'll see, because it's out. It came out yesterday, and it's free, I think?
No fucking shit.
I'm not sure. Warriors Abyss. I thought it was free. Maybe I'm not right, though.
If it is, I'm downloading it right now.
Warriors Abyss. It's $25. I'm dying!
Maybe to you, $25 isn't a lot, but it is to me.
$25.
I'd still probably buy it. Still buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I think so the last Warriors game that I played was Hyrule Warriors. Fucking love that game.
Pirate Warriors number 4 for me.
I love Warriors games, so like I'm super into doing a roguelite. Oh yeah, they're doing a remake of Onimusha.
Oh, Onimusha 2, because
Onimusha
the
2,
remake of Onimusha came out last year, I think, and it was good. Now I think they're gonna go down the line. So you're gonna see Leon the Professional in the next one.
Then they've got Onimusha Way of the Sword, which is the new one.
I like this trailer because the character, like, he was all serious and he's like, "Ha! Get as many minutes you want," and then he turns around and runs away.
Yeah,
so fucking goofy. I think this looks great.
And the graphics look great. The main character does seem pretty funny, so I'm into that. But I just don't know anything about Onimusha.
I think it's Musashi. I don't think you have to know anything about Onimusha to get into this game because like they're redoing like the whole thing about it. Basically, samurais and demons. Like, look at him. Look at this motherfucker. He's so Miyamoto Musashi. He is so fucking charismatic, and I really like that in my characters. It's definitely gonna be like probably like Ghost of Tsushima or Sekiro style gameplay, but like mixed up, and then like it's more slow and methodical the way you fight people. I think it looks fucking cool. Look, I like this part.
Yeah.
And then, oh fuck!
Not
good. I'm sorry, audio only listeners. Watch the YouTube re-upload.
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely got some personality in it, but the thing is, like, for games like this, you've really got to do something different for me to want to play it. Like, there are too many games that do this now that are this game. I've played this game like 6 times in the past 5 years, and so I don't know that I need to play it again.
This is definitely like a slower Devil May Cry type game. I think what they're banking on, because they're not like showing, but he gets like this arm thing
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like different. He's gonna have different weapons. Some of the battle arenas are gonna maybe be smaller. Every strike counts. I don't know. I think it looks fucking cool. I actually probably will buy this. Capcom is one of those things that's always like hit or miss, but when they hit, they fucking hit.
Yeah, it looks man, I'll say, so this next trailer when it came on the screen, they start off at like a boat dock, and I was like, "Oh, this is the boat dock that's right after the sniper fight." Cuz I remember cuz I spent so fucking long on that sniper fight. I did a non-lethal, like the only way that I play Metal Gear Solid is non-lethal. And doing non-lethal with the sniper guy is so fucking hard, and it takes so long.
You should have just set your date on your PlayStation to a week later.
Yeah, and then he would have been dead.
Then he would have been dead.
Yeah, but then he would have been dead, and that's not what I want. I want him to be passed out.
But you didn't kill him.
Time did, so it doesn't matter. The thing is, like, they've got this thing. Metal Gear Solid 3 has a thing where like you walk up the River of Souls and a bunch of like ghosts show up, and it's the ghost of everyone you killed, and like I didn't have any. It was great. Kicked ass. But yeah, the trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater looks fucking sick.
It looks really cool. Don't get me wrong. Again, Metal Gear is like Legend Zelda to me. It looks super fun. I don't really enjoy playing them that much because like sneaky games aren't like kind of my thing. That's why I don't play Assassin's Creed games. But also because the Assassin's Creed games combat is like jank as hell.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know Metal Gear is like really refined and the story's fucking there, and the combat's like there too if you want it. It's just I've never been like a big fan of playing Metal Gear Solid. I love the story. I love the characters. I love everything. I love everything about it. It's just I don't like playing it. It's weird though. It's weird, right?
Yeah, I mean it's this one especially is super fun. They've got like there's a bunch of like survival elements to it where like you let's just pause on Snake not wearing a shirt. There's a bunch of survival elements to it where it's like you can have different types of camo for different situations, and that'll be like how like you can just lay on the ground with camo and then somebody won't see you. And you can have like different hats, and you have to like you have to eat, like you have to kill animals and eat them, eat crocs and shit, and pick up calorie mates. Get the gator hat.
I think that's pretty cool. I think the coolest thing to come out of this was the Ape Escape levels.
Yeah, they at the end they teased that there's gonna be the Ape Escape levels again, and that there's gonna be more.
Yeah, everything looks so fucking good with all the trailers and stuff, and the cool like way they revamped the graphics and stuff.
Yeah,
it looks really cool. I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, fair. Fair. I'm probably not going to play it either because I have other things to play, but sick, though.
It is. It's pretty sick.
I'll definitely watch somebody play it.
I'll watch somebody play it. I won't watch somebody play it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube and watch a playthrough of it with no one commentating over it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, then there was a game... Like this game,
I thought it was Resident Evil.
Yeah, this game like showed up and was like weird. There's like military stuff. There's sci-fi stuff. It looks like there's like aliens or zombies. There's a guy with a big double chin under him who looks vaguely human.
That's why I thought it was Resident Evil. I was like, this is Resident Evil.
There's a big monolith, and then they were like, coming September 4th, and I thought that's all they were gonna do. I thought they were just gonna hit us with a date and then be like, that's it, we're coming. But it's called Hell Is Us.
I when I put into Discord, stupid name, good looking game.
It does look pretty good. But
it is it is a dumb name. Hell Is Us.
Then there's the Liza P DLC.
Oh, is it DLC or is it a new game?
I don't know. It looks beautiful.
Oh man. So Liza P, I think I've said this on the podcast a few times, but Liza P is one of the only Souls-like that I ever did good with. And I definitely got real far on. Like I got to one of the last bosses, and I couldn't beat it. And I'm like, well, this is where I stopped my game. But I got there, and I can't say the same for like Dark Souls or Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But
it is DLC.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
it looks like a whole ass game though.
Yeah. Like look at all this stuff. Like look how cool this is.
Yeah.
You get new arms, you get new weapons. Holy shit, this game looks good. I'm gonna have to just buy the DLC. I'm gonna have to download Liza P again, kind of get my bearings back, and then play the DLC. It just looks different.
Yeah.
Like, how's this DLC? Like, you can't move like this in the normal game.
Yeah. They're doing too much. They decided, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh yeah, and then this game that was like the philosophy behind it. Okay, the game has like a strong filter on top of it where it looks like low poly, kind of like PlayStation 1 style, like low poly graphics. But it's got a big filter on top of it where like everything is sort of like dreamy off in the distance, like lights that are kind of bubbly. Like if you've ever looked through like a window that's covered in water, it's like that. And the like this is definitely going to be one of those like artsy like explorations of like your psyche type games, and like you're in pajamas and you're shooting guns to make things, to create stuff. And like the philosophy is like death creates life, destruction beckons life.
Use your gun in interesting ways and build you a pathway. Man, fuck this artsy fartsy bullshit. Like I'm not interested in like what your philosophy is or what you're doing. This is a walking simulator with extra steps, and I'm not about it.
I would normally, like, again, if I had more time, I'd be all about this. I'd be way into it.
This game is for sure like, oh, you didn't play, what is this game called?
Dreams of Another.
You didn't play Dreams of Another, probably because you couldn't understand it.
Probably because your brain is too small.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't get it, so no wonder you didn't play. Here's another Call of Duty fucking dangling in front of you. Call of Duty 7's out. Here you go. Fucking, how's about Fortnite? No, for even the creator of this game looks like his head's up his own ass.
Days Gone got an upgrade. It's fine.
I've never played it, but I mean, people liked it.
Whatever.
Yeah. This is Nikkei, but I don't play Nikkei.
A Stellar Blade and Nikkei crossover DLC.
Boo, blam, blah. Who cares? I mean, hot girls. I love hot girls, but who cares?
Yeah.
I was excited for the new Star Wars to be on the PS Plus lineup.
Yeah. Lost Records looks pretty cool.
I don't know what that is.
Just looks like four teenage girls hanging out doing stuff, and then there's this house building roguelike maybe.
Oh, fuck this. I hate
Blueprints.
It's not a roguelite. It's Blueprints. It's not a roguelite, it's a fucking what's it called? Walking sim. And this looks like it's kind of what's that that game where you like go into like these dungeons and monsters attack you, gotta come out. It was like low poly.
Disgaea?
No. This game right here, where like where you're wearing like the suits.
Yeah.
And like you're with your friends.
It's called Abiotic Factor.
No, I know this one, but it reminds me of that one indie game that came out where
you're like Lethal Company.
Lethal Company, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that game. I'm glad you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so this is the game that actually got me. So there's like this woman that picks up this big sword. There's a bunch of armor and shit. Like it looks like destroyed. Like there's a Ferris wheel. Looks like destroyed ass London.
Dude, look how beautiful it looks.
Yeah, it's like vaguely modern, vaguely like high fantasy.
High fantasy apocalypse.
Yeah, and it looks like it's got a bunch of really cool shit in it. There's a big fish that comes out of the water with a castle on his back. There's it looks like half a Dark Souls, but not, you know?
Yeah, it looks like DMC Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
with Bayonetta in it too.
Yeah,
like, especially with like these big fucking monolith ass creatures.
Yeah,
like that's very like. Look, go back to her like running up the side of the thing and double jumping. That's very DMC coded.
Yeah,
Like doing this is kind of like that
Yeah.
double jump, like just her doing this, very DMC. The arm is Devil May Cry coded. That double jump is Devil May Cry coded. This is all like very Devil May Cry. And then when you're in the fights, actually, it kind of looks like Devil May Cry.
Yep.
And Souls-like. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because like these fights are very Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And it looks good. Like Devil May Cry is a game that like not a lot of people like copy. So I'm kind of glad that we're getting like a Devil May Cry style game.
Yeah. This game looks super fun, and I like that they're doing like climbing a big guy, I like that. I love climbing a big guy. I love Shadow of the Colossus. That was the first thing where I was like, "Ooh, I may play this," and then
I love Impractical Armor.
Yeah, the longer that it went on, the more that I was like, "This actually looks good." It's called Tides of Annihilation.
Yeah, this game fucking got me hyped. This is a fun new IP that like I wish more companies would do. Like this game like really got me hyped into wanting to play it, right?
Yeah.
And I can't say that for like a lot of like new IPs. This one's just like hot girl fighting big monsters. Fucking do it. And the story's there too if you want to fucking follow, but
Ooh, interesting. Okay, let me read you the description because I pulled it up on Steam. Tides of Annihilation is a fantasy action-adventure inspired by Arthurian legend. Uncover the mystery of an otherworldly invasion in a shattered modern London, unleashing hordes of enemies as Gwendolyn fight alongside spectral knights to save your family and piece a broken world back together. That sounds fucking sick.
So I knew it was Arthurian because they called her Gwendolyn in the trailer. They're like, oh, Gwendolyn, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's like fucking Knights of the Round type shit. And I was like, this game looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked for this game.
Yeah, this is like the one game where I was like, okay, I will make time for this one. Like, other games, it's like if I'm bored and the mood strikes and like the moon is in the right position, I may play it. But this is one where I'm like, I'm committing to playing this because it looks fucking awesome.
I always have time, baby.
It's true. You're the time wizard.
I'm the time mage.
Yeah, and then there's this game which looks like Returnal. It's from the studio that did Returnal.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, it looks like Returnal.
Yeah.
And then fucking Jeremy was like, it's by the company that does Returnal. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like Returnal, which looks like a slow Doom.
Yeah, it looks like
Sad.
slow Doom.
I'm like, I'll just wait for Doom.
I'll wait for this to go on sale because I probably won't buy this.
I'll wait for this to go on sale and then not buy it.
It's not that I think it looks bad. It's just, I mean, come on. I got Doom at home.
Yeah, true.
And this doesn't do anything different enough for me to care.
Yeah. Yeah, so. It's same. I'm like, I don't care so much about it. What, Metal Eden is what it's called.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna get Borderlands. I don't need another arena-based shooter. This game, I think, kind of interesting.
Yeah, God, what's the name of it? I forgot, but it's like one of the producers is like one of the guys from like Rockstar.
Yeah,
or the director.
That's why it kind of looked like low tech cyberpunk GTA.
Yes, it looked like an unsatisfying mix of cyberpunk and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas specifically.
Yeah,
or GTA 5
with lower tech than cyberpunk. I mean, they got robots, they got cybernetics, but it's not like cyberpunk level, right?
Yeah, like, so there's like some cybernetics. There's definitely like a level of like sort of like futuristic kind of stuff where there's like quadcopters and things like that. But they didn't push it far enough to be like hard sci-fi. And they didn't have it set so grounded in reality that it's like this sort of occupies the same space as GTA in my brain. The main thing that this guy, the director, was like, hey, I'm that guy, you know, the one that did all those games at Rockstar. Yeah, so this is my new game. And also, it drives real good. And like, I looked at the driving in it and I was like, I mean, it does kind of look like it's better than Cyberpunk, but that's not hard. So... Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and like, call me weird. Like, I don't like playing GTA.
Mm-hmm.
But this game, just because the setting is not just like guy in a city.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has sci-fi elements. You have like these robot elements.
Mm-hmm.
The guy looks hot.
That's the big one.
That's the big one. I actually want to like all these places that he's in. Looks fun. Like I want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like I know I'm dogging on it, but it does look like fun to play.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely looks like effort was spent. I wish it was one or the other though. I probably am not going to play it because again, it's like it sits in an uncomfortable. It's called Mind's Eye. It sits in an uncomfortable middle ground where I'm like, well, if I wanted to play something like this, like because of the sci-fi aspect, I'd play Cyberpunk. And if I wanted to play something like this for like the open world, drive around, have missions and stuff aspect, I'd play Grand Theft Auto.
This is a good mix, enough for me to want to play it. My only caveat is that I hope you can do more than just be like shooty guy. Mm-hmm. Like I hope there's like hacking that you could do, like you can hack the enemies,
like Watch Dogs.
Yeah, kind of like Watch Dogs are like Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk,
you know, you
yeah.
can hack their guns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hack like if they have enemy robots, them to fight for you. Like don't just have like shoot guy.
Yeah.
Like have him do. If you're gonna have it in a sci-fi setting, have him do sci-fi things.
Yeah, I agree. The thing that they must be banking on, because this comes out this summer. The thing that they must be banking on is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to show up at the end of the year. They're really hoping that they're going to have enough time to like, hey, if you want something that's like Grand Theft Auto but not quite, play this. Because if like Rockstar comes out and they're like, yeah, GTA 6 is going to be out summer of 2025, everybody at the studio's going, fuck.
The thing with with this one that differentiates this from GTA is like GTA is gonna steal all this game's audience. Even if this game was just like, hey, we have you have the story mode that you could do, or you could have the open area and have Mind's Eye Online, just like GTA Online.
Yeah, hey.
Because GTA 6, I'm not gonna lie, if they changed up the combat, I probably want to play it. And then they're also going to have GTA Online, which just prints money.
Mm-hmm.
And in a new area with like new character customization.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll see. If Mind's Eye does something like that, then like they're really like trying to dethrone GTA, which they're not going to do.
No.
But they're going to really go for it.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
So, I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm interested in this game. It might just be a fun to play through it once.
Yeah, here we are. This is the last sort of interesting trailer of the the state of play. It's a game called Soros.
This is the one that's made by the Returnal people.
Yes, that's right. The other one, I forgot who it's made by.
And it looks interesting, but I mean, FPS roguelike is kind of not my cup of tea. I never played what's it called? Returnal. It's just big shooty guy. I don't know.
Big shooty guy.
Big gun mix shooty guy.
That's him.
Apparently like the fucking sun's gonna explode and he's gonna every time he's gonna like solve a puzzle to see like what's gonna happen. He's gonna change the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. When you see in his eye, you see like a bullet hell, which was like Returnal. Returnal had like that bullet hell aspect,
mm-hmm.
which that looks like what this is gonna go into, like bullet hell FPS.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as fun as like that kind of sounds, I'm just not like, I don't know. I see, look, that's like bullet hell, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems fine. Like the graphics look good. The concept of like, yeah, I keep dying over and over again. I've got to solve a thing. Like Returnal did that. You know who did that, and I really, really enjoyed it though? Deathloop.
Played Deathloop.
Oh man, Deathloop kicks ass.
I heard Deathloop had a lot of problems on launch.
Well, luckily, launch was a very long time ago.
I know, but I'm still. There's another reason why I'm not playing it, and I don't want to play it. It's because the people who made Dishonored made that game, and I don't like Dishonored.
Oh man, Dishonored kicks ass too.
I don't like the way that game feels.
Yeah, and it does feel a lot like that, so you probably wouldn't like this.
The one of the main reasons I don't like Dishonored was because to get the good ending you have to sneak and not kill people, and if you like were like, oh fuck that, you get the bad ending. There's no way to like get that opposite. I want to play the way I want to play. Why are you gonna give me this cool fucking magic with rats and shit and not let me like kill people the way I want to, like poisoning them or melting them or shooting them or kicking them off a fucking ledge, and then give me the bad ending? Oh, that's not how we want you to play the game, so you got the bad ending. Fuck you, Dishonored and the hill you fucking live on.
Yeah, that's fair, but that's the gameplay style that I do anyway, so.
Yeah, well, not me. Not with a game like that. Like Cyberpunk, I was real sneaky and shit, and I liked hacking stuff. Dishonored, like, in Cyberpunk, they didn't give me fucking magic to like melt people with. In Dishonored, like they give you the fucking rat pack. They give you like the fucking the shadow balls and transporting and shit, and they give you guns and swords and stuff. But oh, if you use them and kill people, you get the bad ending. Don't give me all that shit and tell me I'm wrong.
I just looked it up, and yeah, the ending of Deathloop is like you could just choose. You can play however you want to, and then you just choose.
Yeah, well, it's a little too late. Fucking
It's a whole different game.
Too late.
Damn, I'm gonna let them know you said that.
You tell them. I hope they're here, and I hope they're listening right now.
I hope they know how badly they fucked up.
Yeah, Faye's not playing your game. Fucking patch in a choice system on Dishonored, and then I'll play it.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, that was State of Play. And there were some good trailers. There were some just all right trailers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I never really get excited about States of Play. And this one, at least, like, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of sick. Like, yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah, what's cool is like they didn't like drop a fucking Call of Duty's coming through. We got another farm sim coming.
Yeah.
We have all the look at we're getting a new one this year. Like, they didn't do that, and I'm pretty happy about it. They had a good mix. They had RPG. There was a lot of ARPGs this year. Like, they had a lot of action, sword fighting, this year, which I'm not scoffing at, because like I love me a good fucking swordy fighting demons game. Which I think people are like starting to get into, and like. A lot of things are like, a lot of the games now are like, oh, you gotta have a mega hot protagonist, like fucking China Program, Lost Souls.
China Program, that's the one.
The China Hero project. That guy was hot. The fucking the last one we saw with Gwendolyn, she was hot. Fucking the Mind's Eye, that guy was hot. Like, we're getting all these fucking models back to being the protagonists.
Yeah.
That's what you want when you're playing. Like, if you can't create a character, the character that you're playing as better be a damn model.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I do. I like having my hot, like, role playing as a hot person.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, don't care.
If Mind's Eye is like, you get to create a character, and I create myself, and I create myself the way I look.
The way I really look hot.
The way I really look.
The way I look at my soul.
Sexy. Like, creative characters. Don't get me wrong. It's just like if you're gonna have a character that's this like real ingrained in story, like have them hot. Doesn't have to be like models, but like have them hot.
Mm-hmm.
Liza P, the main character, Pinocchio, he's the fucking hottest twink.
True.
Just give me something to goo goo gaga over,
Couldn't relate. Can't relate. I have other things. I have other priorities here.
I'm not playing a game with one hand.
What is this walking simulator with an Uggo? That's you.
Well, technically, you can't see who you're walking as, so it doesn't matter.
No.
But if you're gonna have it in third person or be like fighting, give me some good ass big booba girl or some fine ass hot trench coat man. Why not?
Just let China Hero Project star in every game.
I just think you should have some good eye candy for an action game. Give me some of like that old schlocky like fucking almost 80s style like badass protagonist who's hot and badass.
Nah, man, got to go back to the original Nier whenever it came out at stateside, and they were like, yeah, you're the girl's dad, you're ugly and old, and it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, that kicks ass.
Yeah, but that was the American release. It was just supposed to be a regular guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Japanese one, you were like a bishy twink. So
in the American one, I'll give that to Nier. I played it for a little bit, but I didn't really like the first Nier that came out. It was alright.
Mm-hmm.
But he was cool. He was like Geralt with fucking head wraps.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Listen, we are at the end of our show. We've talked the entire time about State of Play. Congratulations, we did it.
I knew we were going to do it. I told Colby right before we were recording. He was like, well, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, State of Play. And he's like, what else? I'm like, that's all we're going to talk about the whole show. Don't fucking kid yourself.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you for listening. If you're listening live, then you're already here. If you're not, then you can go to twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod, and you can follow us. We go live anywhere between 0 and 2 times a week. If you want to catch the podcast with slightly better audio, then you can catch it on Wednesday whenever it comes out at 5 a.m. Pacific, so you can listen to it on your way to work.
Yeah.
You can also, 3 a.m. Pacific. I don't remember. So you can listen on your way to work. You can also catch the VOD that comes out at noon Pacific on our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@GoGetUsPodcast. You can also check out our YouTube shorts there. We have short form content on there, our TikTok and our Instagram. They kick all of the ass. Our shorts are to the moon. You'll love them, and you'll want to pay us money, but there's no way to do that yet. So
I'll just make a Patreon. Just why not? Who knows? We'll get $1 somewhere.
Somebody will do it.
Someone will do it. We'd say, yeah. So we have TikTok. We have TikTok for shorts, YouTube for shorts, YouTube for long content, and the video portion. You can listen to us on all audio, Spotify's, whatever. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Blue Sky. Maybe just like and follow us. Let us know what you want to talk about, what you want us to talk about, and we'll vaguely talk about it for a minute.
Yeah, or we may talk about it for 5 episodes. Who knows?
That's just how it goes. We're the Everyman Podcast. We talk about whatever we want, and for a long period of time, it becomes a bit. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah, tell him, Fee.
I want you to pick up your sword. First of all, before you pick up that sword, I want you to take a deep look in the mirror and tell yourself, are you fucking model quality? And if not, go fucking work out, you lardo, you uggo. Me specifically. I'm just crying, pointing at myself. Just go work out and go get handsome, you hideous.
Hideous man.
You hideous man or woman. Go pick up a sword.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to as soon as you pick up the sword, go to your local giant and fight him. Fight him and start a grand adventure. And then when when you beat the giant and he's like, this isn't even my final form, he's gonna steal the thing you love the most,
mm-hmm.
and he's gonna run away to the last level.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to go get him.
Go get him, damn Fee. Where does my local giant live? Do you know how to find him, or?
Well, I mean, where do all giants live?
Grinder.
No, you're thinking of bears.
Oh, sorry.
They live in the local hill, on your local hill, hill giant.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
It's just he's in there. You got to dig for him though.
In local cave, local hill. That's where all giants live. And when you're going over there and you're like digging for him, and people are like, hey, you can't dig there. This private property, be like, oh, I know you're keeping a fucking giant down there. You just ignore him. You'll hit the giant eventually.
Be like, no. I'm on a quest. It's fine. The government says it's fine.
Yeah, the government told me it's fine. He has my mom.
Yeah, go talk to here. Why don't you go call the Adventure Society, and they'll line you out.
Big old Donnie Tronny. He told me I could do this.
He said it.
He said it, and he gave me this license. And from here, I'm gonna go to the Gulf of America to go fight the water giant.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. That's the second game though, or maybe it's DLC. We haven't quite decided.
Ooh, DLC, fighting the water giant.
Anyway, I've said too much. I have to go now. Goodbye.
Yeah, I have to go. Later.